You're spending 40 to 50 lakhs on a house, or you might be spending crores on your project. But do you know what steel is going on your roof or on your slab? Contractor might buy the cheapest material he can find on site. So because that's what he makes profit from. So do you know you can find out what steel is good for your construction? So today I'm going to show you 5 checklists that you can use this on the side to check the steel, and no degree needed. So you don't need to have any degree or any prior knowledge. You can just read it out and see whether the right steel is delivering to the site or to your house. So without wasting your time, let's start the video. Before we start, I've put together a comprehensive list of checklist. Like there's 9 sections, and it is for site engineers. If you're interested, there's a PDF down, like you can go and download from the link. So if you're a homeowner, I made only 10 checks and 10 checklists for you. So it is easier for you, just take print out, like you can go outside and take print and use on your project or on your house. So we'll talk more about this on the end. So for today, so why we need to check TMT steel quality. So why this matters. So if the quality of steel is not good, so your roof might be leaking or it will leak in the future. So the cost for repair is more, and it's more time taking than what you're thinking. So that's why it's very important for you guys to inspect the steel. So the Indian code already gave like what you have to inspect, what you need to inspect them when it arrives on site, and what are the documentation you have to check. So what contractor is liable for you, like to give you the information. So we discuss all of them in this video. Check 1. Look at the ribs. So TMT steel have small ridges and bumps. So you can see the texture. So when you see that texture, you can see that small bumps or ridges, what I'm talking about. So these are called ribs. So these ribs needs to be placed evenly across the steel. So if it is not even, or if it is shallow, like it is not in depth, the depth thickness, it is not consistent, then that steel is not good. You have to either return that or consult your engineer, so what he has to say. Sometimes engineers might want to use that, so it depends on the risk what you're taking to put in your slab or floor or anything. So that's important part. And also the steel also have the nomenclature, like it also has the name on the steel, like it's like Fe415 or Fe500 or Fe550. So this tells you what type of steel that's being delivered and what's on the steel. So this is very important. So we'll go to the next check, that is weight of the rod. So this is very important when you're constructing, and because this is very profitable for a contractor. Like if the steel is less weight and he charges for more weight, so that means he's cheating you, right? So the government already gave like what is the weight per meter for all the steel. So you can basically cut the steel into a meter and weigh it. So I'll show you here a table which shows you what weight it needs to be per meter, and according to like what type of steel, like what of the steel and what grade it is. So based on that, you can basically evaluate the steel and make sure the right steel is delivered to your site or to your home. So this is very important. For example, 12 rod should weigh 0.888 kg per meter. So this is for example, like you can check for different type of steel, you have different weight. So in this way you can differentiate whether contractor is delivering the less weight steel and charging you for more weight. So in that way you can save money. Next check, bend test. So that is third test I'm going to explain in this video. So first try to bend the rod at 90 degrees. So after bending 90 degrees, try to bend it the other way around, like the opposite way. So if you see any cracks here on these edges, that means the steel is ductile. So what is the meaning of ductile? So it can break easily. So if your steel can break easily, that means it's not good, not at all good for your slab or for roof, anything. Because if you know the engineering side of the steel, so it has to take the stresses that's come from the slab. So if it is not taking that stresses and being brittle, that means breaks easily. So that means it's not going to hold any more weight. So just return the steel what you bought. Check 4. Ask for mill certificates. It is very important. So I'm saying very important because these 5 tests are very important. So that's why I'm always repeating very important. So that's part of this video. That's okay. So ask for mill certificates. So what is mill certificate? So if you're getting steel from the factory, so the factory performs test and they give a certification saying that this steel is good. So that certificate is very important to ask from the contractor. So if he is not providing that, so that means something is wrong, because all the factory, they have to give mill certificate to the vendor, like who is selling you. So if they don't want to provide you, so something is not good. So just try to return or get from another vendor. Now check 5. So check the bundle tag. So do you know where your steel coming from? Do you know which batch it is? And do you know when it is manufactured? So these answers are very important if something goes wrong at the later time, because you can file a charge or you can file a complaint, or you can go to the court saying this batch is not good. So this is the manufacturer's fault. So you can claim that. So for this, so you need to check the bundle tag. So this is, you can find this tag on the steel, like when there's a bundle of steel that comes on site, it has a tag. So you can take a picture of that and keep it in your phone, so it will save you a lot of time later. So that's very important. So, and if you're new to the video, please subscribe to our channel and encourage us Civilology. So now the checklist I mentioned earlier, so it can be used on site or by the homeowners on site. So if you are a homeowner, you can just print the checklist what I mentioned in that PDF and give it to your contractor. So he will fill it for you. And if you're a site engineer, so you can just download that PDF and print it for each project or for each batch. You can do an inspection. So in that way, you have documentation that you can prove to your future, like sometimes something happened. So you can prove your case that you have documentation and you can prove to your court. So the link is in the description, and for a price of a chai, you're saving a project worth crores or saving a house worth 40 to 50 lakhs. Thank you for watching the video. So if you have any suggestions, like what type of content you guys are looking for, please comment in the section below, so we know like what videos we can make it for you. And see you in the next video.